Mr. Farage has just successfully opened another bank account, a series of bank accounts at Lloyds Bank, and he advises us all to make sure that we've got more than one bank in operation. I must say I entirely agree with him. You never quite know at the moment when your bank is going to be reasonable or is simply going to close you down. I was telephoned yesterday. I made a complaint about the RBS, um, and because they tried to debank me a while ago, and I'd asked them to resend me my credit card and debit card, and then in the event, and they'd sent me off to NatWest to negotiate this. In the process, I left my cards on the counter when they were really quite rude, and I thought I'd lost them. So, oddly, some very nice person picked them up and sent them to me. So about 2 weeks later, after having asked the RBS to send me new copies, and I thought that was happening, I got the old copies back in the post with a little letter, a very kind letter from a local resident, and the because there were other things I left on the counter as well. Oh gosh, this is such an embarrassing admission, but you know there are positives, and I'd actually gone into the bank and asked whether or not I'd left these things behind, and the bank really wasn't interested. And it turned out RBS, having told me they were ordering me new cards, didn't bother. And it took a few weeks before this emerged. And yesterday I had a telephone call from them, and they weren't interested in my initial call, which was about the rudeness of NatWest when I went in to do exactly what RBS had told me to do. They were interested in my second complaint about whether or not I had got these cards, and they didn't really want details. It was an extraordinary telephone call, which was, I think, purely controlling. I am quite alarmed about the way banks behave to their customers in the UK. I entirely stand behind Farage on this issue, and I think Farage is right. If you put all your eggs in one bank basket, you are heading for disaster now, because you cannot trust the bank. You cannot trust your bank with your money. That is the conclusion we have to draw from the Fandango. Fandango? I'm not sure which word is correct. And Farage has made various complaints. All of them, I'm sure, will come to nothing. The banking industry has found a way round complaints. It handles everything separately, and so late that you hardly know what's going on by the time you are telephoned, and then controlled with banking security questions, and nothing happens. Nothing happens. If they put as much energy into running the bank successfully and doing what the customers expect as they do into covering over their mistakes and controlling customers, we would actually have a very fine banking system.